I'm hoping that we ain't gonna get
You know what I find best? If you text the person and say, hey, this is what you can say to me when I see you. That's it. Oh, you didn't record you. Say, well, next time, tell me I did it.
Are you certain? Better, but I got it. You doing good? I'm okay. Good to see you. You doing okay?
How are you? Good to see you.
Yes.
Let's just say that we call Alan. Fine, how you doing? Good.
I didn't see you come in. Good to see you. You did.
So he's locked out. Being a tourist.
Yeah, we had a flex party on the top of the parking deck in the hospital. We had provided the music for us, so it's a big deal. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Right here. Hey, one thing, we haven't played like that, I ain't hard.
Got 95% or something like that. Didn't see the rim around it. That's all I paid out.
We'll start all over again, it looks like a hit, like this. I think everybody so like me is here.
Yep.
Yeah, we got them all here.
Well, let me do the roll call and all of this.
Go ahead.
This is the committee meeting for tonight, 5:15. Roll call, AG, Adam, Bird, Eric, Carol, Dumas,
Here.
Gaddy,
Here. Harden,
Here.
Holcomb. Here. Jackson.
Yeah.
Tricia Roy Johnson. Here. Rachel Johnson. Margaret Williams. Franklin. Yeah, I have almost some here. So next we have the report of the committee's human resources and health. Okay, we have 3 items on the agenda for tonight: appropriation orders to provide an appropriation fund 2006 ARPA revenue replacement fund.
We move that on to the finance committee with a due pass.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Second item on the agenda is appropriation orders to provide an appropriation to fund 3510 recycling resource recovery grant.
Motion to approve.
So,
We have a motion and a second. We have discussion. All in favor, let it know by saying aye.
aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ringing. Third item on the agenda is a resolution of the Jefferson County Court regarding the appointment of members to the newly created broadband board.
Motion to approve.
Move we pass it on to the full court with a due pass.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that completes the Human Resource Committee. Next we have Urban Finance Justice Taylor Harden.
Okay, finance committee is called to order. We have 2 items on the agenda that was come to us from the Human Resources Committee with a due pass recommendation. First item, an appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation fund 1006 ARPA revenue replacement fund.
Motion to approve. Go ahead.
Okay, have a motion second. Any discussion? If not, yeah.
You mind explaining to us what's going on with this particular ordinance? We received the ordinance and it said see attachments, but there were no attachments or, as far as I'm concerned, anything that said anything about it. There was no whereas or where what or who did what or why we're doing what. It just showed a transfer on the actual ordinance and there were no attachments. So at this particular point, I don't know what it is and I don't know how any other member of the Quorum Court here knows what it is either. Can you explain it to us?
Judge,
Sir,
you want to explain
I mean,
that?
you the
road
chairman.
department's here. I thought they had explained it already.
It's
But
not the road department, this is ARPA money.
I mean, yeah.
Did you read it? Do you know what it is? Chairman?
Yeah, I've read it, yes.
Can you explain it to us?
It's a replacement fund for the amount of money, I gotta get the ordinance out. For the authorized to provide an appropriation for $62,000, $62,254.33. As attached, the county judge authorized to approve the distribution and the attachments. Attachments were, I don't have a copy of the attachments, but they were itemized it.
I mean, I understand that. That was in the ordinances appropriating $62,000. But my question is, why are we appropriating or what are we using it for? If you said you know what it is, can you explain to us what exactly is going on within this particular ordinance? Why are we authorizing it or who's spending it or what are they doing with it or what is the reason behind it?
Judge, you want to address that?
I thought you read it.
I didn't say whether I read it or not. I said, Judge, you want to address that?
Yes, it was sent to the justices on April the 2nd. It is the opera fund, and this was the 62, whatever the amount was still left and need to be transferred so that it could be used. So that, again, that attachment was sent to the justices on April 2nd. But it has to be reappropriated every year, federal funds. Those are the funds that we used for when we gave it out for the code. So that's what that's about.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll go by you, Justice Byrd.
Justice Byrd?
that's the amount of money that's left in that account. So that's the last of it.
That's the last
Right.
one.
It's just transferring it.
To
Place
operating
before.
fund.
So, Mr. Chairman, once again, I didn't get an attachment. I'm pretty sure no one else had got an attachment. And I understand that these fundings have to be reappropriated every year to be expended. But once we reappropriate them, that means that they can be expended. What is the purpose or the nature that they're going to be expended on? There's no attachments or anything detailing what this money is going to be spent on. So I'll ask again, because I read we're appropriating funds and I get all that. What are we appropriating it to do?
I don't have a detail of what each itemized amount is it goes to, but that's the bulk of the money that's going to the fund. That's a replacement fund that we can do every year.
Let me ask this, did any other member here get an attachment?
You can't address anyone else, you can address me.
Mr. Chairman,
But
did anyone else here get
I'll
an
address, the
attachment?
judge has explained it, I think, Judge, do you want to further explain it?
Again, Justice Hardy, this was sent out April the 2nd. There was nothing saying that it was not received by any of the justices. Again, and the attachment explains that the Mullinex Services, this is part of them handling those funds and reporting. They do the reporting for the ARPA funds. And so, again, that's American Rescue Plan Act. And they are the attorneys who are contracted to handle those and handle the reports. And again, this is the last of the funds. And so it has to be put into operating. It's federal funds, it has to be put into the operating line so it can be expended.
Mr. Chairman?
So it was sent.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I'm looking at the email on April the 2nd that was sent out, and from what I'm appearing to see is this was a email, looks like it's this, there's a couple of them on here. We received one email from the county judge's office. There was a Mullinex agreement or something, like the protocol or something for it, services, Jefferson County, but that didn't implement anything about an explanation or expenditures for money. If anything, that looked like it was just a portfolio or a layout of the procedures for approving plans to be used for the ARPA money. And I believe we received that, did we not, after the meeting that was adjourned, if it was a committee meeting? We received that email right after the committee meeting that was adjourned because we didn't have a quorum, and then we received that. And when I read it, I didn't really understand why we were receiving it. There was no explanation. It looked like it was just a couple pages from an attorney that was just instructions on how to approve programs or requests for money to use the ARPA, which has never, as far as I know, been provided to any member of the Quorum Court here. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but that still didn't state what the expenditure was going to be expended on. It just showed a process that we should follow when appropriating the money or approving programs or things for the request for the ARPA money, but it didn't say anything about how it was going to be expended. So I ask again, if this money is going to be expended, there's no attachment saying or stating how it's going to be expended before it is appropriated. And if there's no request with it of how it's going to be expended, then there's no need to appropriate it.
Was being appropriated to handle it when it is requested.
Mr. Chairman, I vote we vote or either vote it down or pass it, one of them.
We'll do that. I'll let Ms. Gaddy speak and then we'll vote.
My question is, I'm trying to get a clear understanding. This is the last money that we had for the COVID money, right?
Right.
And it's $62,000 left, right?
Right.
And what the judge is asking for us to, I think he's asking us to appropriate this to go over to the.
Putting the money into the fund so that if it's needed, when it's needed,
No, that's not correct.
the replacement
He
fund.
said that's not right.
It is to be put, it cannot be expended unless it's put into a line item for the county to expend it out of. The purpose of these monies is to, the Mullenix Law Firm handles the reporting. They are paid out of that fund also. So that's what that'll be used for, is to pay the Mullenix Law Firm for the reports that they have to file, looking over those expenditures. And once all these monies are done, all the reports and everything are filed, once everything is finished from Alltimer, Humphrey, Redfield, and they finish all their projects, then Mullenix Law Firm is finished doing what they're doing, and the ARPA money will be expended. So that's what it's for. It has to be put into the operating line so that we can pay the Mullenix Law Firm to continue to do those reports, so that we won't get any lawsuits and all those things for doing those reports. So that's what it's for.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Justice Johnson, did you
I
have?
had a question, but I looked through the attachments again, and I didn't see anything about any money, other than the total. It wasn't even in there. I see it here.
I think it's just been explained though. I mean, it wasn't, I guess there's an attachment somewhere if we need it. So,
Mr. Chair.
yes, just, I can't see who's asking.
Yes.
Mr. Carroll?
Are you ready for a motion?
Yes.
Motion to table. Second. I'll get a second, I'll speak to my motion. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second.
May I speak to my motion?
Go ahead.
This is the remnants of the $13 million of American Rescue Plan money that we got in Jefferson County.
Right.
That we basically had no say-so over how it was spent. When I asked for the document that told us how it should be spent, I was told to go online and get it myself. And I did secure the document, about 250 pages maybe. But when I asked members of this body, the presiding officer for that document, I didn't get it. When I put forth legislation to get monies out of the American Rescue Plan money to help out youth in public schools with mental health issues that have been affected by COVID-19, I was told that we would not get that money, he would not put it on the agenda. So I cannot in good conscience support anything until I get more information about how the money is going to be spent. And I would ask members of the Quorum Court Financial Committee to vote to table the item.
Okay, that's, there has been a motion and a second made to table it. Any more discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I'm not the smartest one on the bus, but I looked at that email and I've looked through it several times. And the email that was sent to Quorum Court members on April the 2nd, it was not an invoice. It was a perform eligibility review and a compliance review preparation for members of the Quorum Court in Jefferson County. It was not an invoice. I'm not against appropriating money, but when we appropriate money, you need to know what you're appropriating it for. There's no invoice attached to this. There's no statement from anywhere. There's no invoice from Mulix or whoever the attorney's agency is. What I do know is once you appropriate this money, $62,000, it could be spent on a bale of paper or it could be spent on a vehicle. Once it's appropriated, it's appropriated. And no one here at this table can tell us what the money is going to be spent on. So until you have some proof or something in writing saying this is what we're spending it on, it needs to be tabled.
Okay, Justice Franklin, we've had enough discussion. Okay, Justice Agee, and then we'll call a question.
Judge, any money left, you guarantee that's gonna be spent on county business?
It'll be expended in the guidelines of what the money can be spent on.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up a Mullenix invoice now. Which was the last invoice that we received. Just to prove to Justice Franklin.
Chairman,
We're on hold just a minute till he can respond, and then I'll address you.
But I'm sending it to them now. If they want to table it, that's fine.
Okay. Did you want to say anything then, Justice Byrd?
Just have a question. When do these, counting of these have to be paid by?
These are monthly invoices that are sent to the Mullenix Law Firm to be paid once these expenditures are done, the reporting of the monies. And I think each municipality now is about 70% of their progress of completing their task. They have to be expended by 2020.
Had to be appropriated by 24.
Has to be appropriated by 2024, and all the expenditures have to be done by 2026, which means those Alzheimer, Redfield, Humphrey, those projects that they had, they still have to be reported on how much they have completed. So we have to do those every month, and the Mullenix law firms handle all that reporting for us until those projects are complete. And once they're complete and the money's gone, then the Mullenix law firm is complete with their contractual agreement with Jefferson County, and we're finished with the uses of the ARPA money. So again, that is a monthly invoice. Also, we have the monthly claims to show where Mullenix law firm is being paid to handle these monies in reporting for us. So.
Okay. Okay. Last question.
It was $13 million that was given for the rescue, and we're down to $62,000. And if my memory serves me right, we really haven't had much say with.
Could you speak up a little bit?
Excuse me. We haven't had much say so with 11,800,000 or whatever that math is. I don't really see the need of holding $62,000 because we ain't doing nothing right now.
Right.
We should have did something in the beginning. Now, if the proof shows that this is for the attorney to be paid and for to end this budget, I don't understand what the $62,000 gonna do now.
Okay, thank you.
For clarification,
I wasn't through talking yet. Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
But to get it appropriated and to put it in the line item, I mean, they're asking the question, and the question need to be asked. You can't just throw it away. He's asking a good question. Where is it gonna be appropriated out of, what line item? That is a good question for us to know. But I just wanted to be put on record that the fact that $11,800,000, we haven't had anything to do with. Well, 11,900, we haven't had anything to do with it. So if you can prove the fact of the $62,000, exactly where it's going, where it's going to be spent out of, what it's being, I don't understand. I see that we shouldn't even hold that particular amount up.
Okay, appreciate that.
So for the judge, if you spent $62,000 buying a new car, would that fit the criteria of the money that was given to us under the COVID relief fund?
No, it wouldn't. And
You'd go to jail if you did that.
That's right. This is strictly to go and other professional services to pay the Mullenix law firm for handling the reporting of these monies.
It's earmarked, so. Okay, I think we've had enough discussion, so the motion is to table it, and there was a second. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no?
No.
Okay, Judge, you'd like to call roll?
AG?
No.
We're voting on the table.
Question. Did you get the information you needed?
No.
Yes.
Byrd?
No.
Carroll?
Yes.
Dumas?
Yes.
Gaddy?
No.
Harden?
Yeah, I'm chairman, I don't vote except in a tie.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
Holcomb,
No.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
No.
Johnson,
Yes.
Williams,
No.
Franklin,
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 no's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 yes.
Judge
Justice Harden.
Chairman will vote no. So the motion
Fails
fails.
for.
So now we're back to the original motion. So, all in favor of approving as is?
Yeah.
Say yes. Any opposed?
No.
Okay, call roll again, Judge.
AG,
Yes.
Adam,
No.
Bird,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes. Just a moment,
Dumas,
Chair.
no.
Just a moment, Mr.
Dumas.
Chair. Just a moment, Mr. Chairman. The original motion is to pass it as you put it out there. My vote is no.
Dumas,
No.
Gandy,
What are we voting on now?
To approve the motion,
Yeah.
through the ordinance.
Yes.
Okay, Harden, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Holcomb,
Yes.
Jackson, Johnson, Reginald Johnson,
No.
Marguerite Williams,
Yes.
Franklin,
No.
it's a tie, Justice Harden.
Vote yes.
Passed by majority.
Motion passes. All right, we have one other item on the agenda. That's the appropriation ordinance providing appropriation to fund 3510 recycling resource recovery grant.
Motion approved. And then on the full court, do pass.
Okay, have a motion pass on to the court with a due pass. Have a second?
That's second.
Okay, we got a motion, second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed, no. Ayes carry, motion passes.
Mr. Chairman.
Judge, that concludes the,
Justice Harden.
yes.
Mic working? We got an agenda item or something that needs to be discussed. I don't know whether y'all want to discuss it during committee meeting where it's kind of loose or during the full quorum court meeting. I think we're all aware of the situations going on in the county assessor's office with a certain county ordinance that needs to be addressed tonight.
That's not on.
Yes, Franklin, that's not on the agenda tonight, so we won't address that.
Well, we understand. Can I finish talking? I got the floor.
No,
Are you chairing the meeting?
We're not.
I'm chairing it, and I said you're out of order. So
I have the floor.
Finance
You just wanna
committee
adjourn when we have the floor.
committee is adjourned.
Okay. That's what we
You can
do.
vote against it when you want to.
This is the agenda for the full quorum court meeting, for tonight. Justice, I'm sorry, Reverend Fisher, would you mind doing the prayer, please?
Let's all stand. Heads bowed. Heavenly Father, we come with bowed heads in your Son, Jesus' name, God. We come to thank you for being God. And God, we ask in the name of Jesus that you be in the midst. You said where 2 or 3 gathered in your name, God, you'll be in the midst. And God, we are gathered in your name. We pray right now, God, that you be with us as we go through these quorum court meeting, God. We ask that you bless us and all in a mighty way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adams. Agee.
Here.
Byrd. Carroll.
Here.
Dumas. Franklin. Getty. Hardin. Holcomb.
Here.
Jackson. Patricia Johnson. Reginald Johnson. Margaret Williams.
Here.
So any members of the Pine Bluff High School Basketball 5A Championship here? Okay, we did reach out to them. Tonight we're going to present them with a plaque here to, and we want to dedicate this to them. And I'll read it to you, but we can still do it again. Make sure if there probably was a mix up in the time because originally they were going to be here Monday, and then we changed. But it reads as whereas the Pine Bluff High Zebra basketball team has once again demonstrated their skills and determination by winning the 5A state championship for a second consecutive year. And whereas the team's dedication, hard work, and perseverance have resulted in the back-to-back remarkable achievements, and whereas the Pine Bluff High Zebras have consistently demonstrated exceptional sportsmanship and teamwork, reinforcing their status as a powerhouse in the high school basketball. Therefore, be it resolved that County Judge Gerald Robinson and the Jefferson County Quorum Court do hereby extend our heartfelt congratulations to the Pine Bluff High Zebras on their consecutive state championship victories. We commend the team members, Coach Billy Dixon and his staff, school administration, parents, and supporters for their unwavering commitment to excellence and for representing the community with honor and pride. We wish the Pine Bluff Zebras continued success and eagerly anticipate their future accomplishments. ZEBRAS. What does that spell? Zebras. Zebras. Zebras are the best. Yes. Now therefore be it proclaimed, I, Gerald Robinson, County Judge of Jefferson County, Arkansas, along with family, friends, and the entire community, come together today to honor and celebrate the 2024 5A state champions, the Pine Bluff Zebras. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of Jefferson County, Arkansas, to be affixed on the 8th day of April 2024. Gerald Robinson, Jefferson County Judge. And this is, we had to put in a nice frame for him. And again,
that is my alma mater too. I'm proud of it.
I want to say I know some of y'all were Watson Chapels graduates and Dalloway and Coleman. Some of y'all older. Y'all graduated from some of them other schools. What was that? Coleman and all them. They segregated them. Were they segregated at one time?
We did graduate.
Y'all did graduate? Okay, all right. Well, not taking anything away from the other schools, but again, congratulations to the Pine Bluff Zebras. They will be recognized again on May 18th during the Jefferson County Fun Day, and we have invited them out. They were recognized last year, and so asking all to come out and participate. we would love to see you there, and we'll recognize them again. So thank you so much.
I may not have heard it, when you were reading, the end of the, presentation. Did I get the full report?
Yes. Yes. So it is, it's included in there, so, no. So, thank you for allowing me to read that to you guys. And so next we'll have the treasurer's report. Benicia Goodwin could not be here tonight. A copy of the treasurer's report was sent out to each of you. She asked me to relay to you guys if there were any questions about the treasurer's report. Please give her a call. So I think y'all know her well enough to know that her doors are open. If y'all got any questions, feel free to give her a call and ask.
Yeah, I move we approve it as submitted, and any questions later.
Okay, motion has been made and second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. The report is accepted. Next, we'll have the reading and dispositions of the minutes.
The Jefferson County Quorum Court met for its regular meeting at 5:30 p.m. on Monday, March 11th, 2024. Judge Gerald Robinson called the meeting to order. Justice Reginald Adams gave the invocation, and everyone cited the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Tiffany Lowry, Chief Deputy Clerk, called the roll. The following members answered present upon the calling of their names: Reginald Adams, Roy A.G., Conley Bird, Alfred Curl, Melanie Dumas, Lloyd Franklin, Brenda Getty, Ted Harden, Danny Holcomb, Cedric Jackson, absent, Patricia Johnson, Reginald Johnson, and Margaret Williams. The minutes for February 12, 2024, Quorum Court meeting were read aloud. Justice Ted Harden made a motion to approve the minutes, which was seconded by Justice A.G. Unfinished business, new business. A single motion was made by Justice Harden to suspend the rules and read all ordinances by title only and move to the third reading, which was seconded by Justice Reginald Adams. The motion passed with a roll call vote of 11 yes, 1 nay, and 1 absent. An appropriation ordinance to provide a transfer from Amendment 79 to County General Reappraisal Budget was read. The appropriation was motioned by Justice Byrd and seconded by Justice Holcomb. The appropriation passed with a roll call vote of 12 yes and 1 absent. An appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation from 1814 County Reserve to 1000 County General Judge was read. The appropriation was motioned by Justice Harden and seconded by Justice Patricia Johnson. The appropriation passed with a roll call vote of 11 yes, 1 no, and 1 absent. A resolution of the Quorum Court of Jefferson County, Arkansas, approving the appointment of one member of the Board of Trustees of the Pine Bluff Jefferson County Library System was read. The resolution was motioned by Justice Harden and seconded by Justice Curl. The resolution passed with a roll call vote of 12 yes and 1 absent. A resolution of the Jefferson County Commission to create broadband board consisting of 13 members was read. The resolution was motioned by Justice Harden and seconded by Justice Byrd. There was some discussion among the justices. The resolution passed with a roll call vote of 12 yes and 1 absent. An ordinance establishing and adopting procedures for the Jefferson County Quorum Court at all regular and special meetings of the Quorum Court of Jefferson County, Arkansas for the year 2024 was read. The ordinance was motioned by Justice Harden and seconded by Justice Patricia Johnson. There was some discussion among the justices. The ordinance was tabled with a roll call vote of 9 yes, 3 nays, and 1 absent. An appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to Fund 3006 cost recorders was read. The appropriation was motioned by Justice Patricia Johnson and seconded by Justice Harden. The appropriation passed with a roll call vote of 12 yes and 1 absent. An appropriation ordinance to provide supplemental appropriation for 1000 County General Cooperative Extension was read. The appropriation was motioned by Justice Harden and seconded by Justice Patricia Johnson. The appropriation passed with a roll call vote of 12 yeas and 1 absent. Announcements, none. Adjournment, motion was made by Justice Gaddy and seconded by Justice Agee with no roll call vote.
Motion has been made and second. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying yes. Yay. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Next, we'll have the report of the committees. That's Human Resource Committee, Chairman Justice Danny Holcomb.
We had 3 items on the agenda for the Human Resource Committee. All 3 passed to passed the committee with a due pass.
Okay, thank you, Justice. If anyone have their phones, would you please put them on silent? Thank you. Next, we'll have Budget and Finance. Justice Ted Harden.
Judge, we had 2 items.
What is that? What is that? Oh. Okay. Okay, no, yeah.
Judge, we had 2 items on the Budget Finance Committee, both were passed on to the full court with a due pass recommendation.
Okay, thank you, Justice Harden. Do we have any comments or questions from the public on the business before us?
Before we even get to that, I got some comments that I need to be made for the Quorum Court, so I'm not really sure which way your favor is gonna flow tonight. So if I will have a moment to address the Quorum Court prior to new business, I can take that time, or I don't know whether I need to excuse myself from my seat and do it during public comment, which I'd rather not, but I don't know how far this is gonna go, so.
Okay. Do we have any comments from the public on the business before us? Okay, being that there is none, we will continue on into new business.
Judge, I move we suspend the rules and have the reading by title only and move to the third reading.
Specifically asked.
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking.
Well, you jumped in there.
I will let you, Justice Franklin. I will let you, Justice Franklin, address the quorum after we go through the new business.
See, that's why I asked you during public comment prior to new business. I was very specific in my request.
Is this
pertaining to business dealing with the county, even if it's not on the agenda. If I have a statement to make about county business that needs to be made, and the Quorum Court needs to hear on it, so unless it's something that you don't want the public to hear.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Actually, we got several issues that need to be discussed that's not on the agenda, and unfortunately, you set this agenda. There's no unfinished business or any comments in here for JPs to comment on something other than the agenda that you set. So when you set this type of agenda, you set it up so that we don't have any comment. Well, we have comments and we have questions, so.
Well, Justice Franklin, I appreciate what you just said, and you just made a comment. We set this agenda. We'll go by this agenda. I will give you an opportunity if you want to address this after we handle the business.
It needs to be
we'll do it before adjournment.
Prior to new
Justice Franklin, you're out of order, and we are going to handle. Madam Secretary, would you move on to new business?
Can I get some backup?
Mr. Chairman,
move on to new business.
No.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Got a point of order. You're not gonna recognize him? Everybody here on this Quorum Court knows there are 2 issues that need to be talked about. There's an issue dealing with the assessor's office, and there's an issue dealing with the layoffs in the road department. And I don't know why all of a sudden there's this big push to try to keep everything quiet where nobody wants to talk about it, but I'm pretty sure everybody on this Quorum Court wants to hold a conversation about the issues facing the county, and there's no place on here for it. So can we get these comments out, yes or no?
You can get those comments out. I'm giving you an opportunity. Before we adjourn this meeting, you can make all the comments you want. So Justice Franklin, let's move on to this, Madam Secretary.
Item 1, an appropriation ordinance to.
My motion approved.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Okay, point of order. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Justice Harden made a motion
Point of order,
We can get
Mr.
a
Chairman.
Do it by,
By title only.
By title
And
only.
move to the third reading where applicable.
I didn't
so
get
there's a
a
motion. Is there a second?
Chairman, I hate that you're making me be so persistent and appear to be out of order.
There is a motion on
I
the
asked for
floor.
a point of order,
There is a
Mr.
motion
Chairman.
on the floor and the second.
That does not supersede point of order the point of prevails. order. That does not supersede a point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of Robert's
Only
rules
if
of
you're out
order.
of order, and I don't know that you're out of order.
You're not, so we're gonna proceed.
Point of order pauses everything until you address the point of order.
And besides that, we're not.
I don't know what Robert rules of order y'all read.
You have it. So, Madam Secretary, would you please?
You gotta do, I need a
I
vote on the
challenge the chair on
motion.
that ruling.
Well, I overruled that,
You can't overrule it, Mr. Chair.
It's overruled. We're not gonna
Mr.
deal
Chair,
with
you
it.
can't overrule
Now,
a challenge
we have
of
a
the chair.
vote. We have a vote.
Nah. You know
All in
what?
favor?
Yeah.
Respond by saying aye.
No.
All opposed, like sign.
Aye.
Okay. Madam Secretary, would you read?
Point of clarity, Mr. Chairman.
Adams,
And we're just voting on reading by title only, is that what we're
Yes.
voting on? Okay,
And moving to the third reading where applicable.
okay.
Like we have for
Yes.
Agee,
20 years.
Byrd,
Yeah.
Carroll,
No.
Dumas,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Getty, Hardin,
Yes.
Holcomb,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Patricia Johnson,
Yes.
Reginald Johnson,
Yes.
Margaret Williams.
Yes.
It passes.
Okay, motion passes. Madam Secretary?
Item 1, an appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to Fund 1006 ARPA Revenue Replacement Fund.
Move to adoption.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, no invoices was attached to this, so I'm gonna ask one more time.
Thank you, Justice.
Can we table this before it ends up dying?
Thank you, Justice Franklin. If you voted up or voted down, I have, if you want to look at, we did email an invoice to all of you just to prove where the money is being spent. And this was the latest invoice from the Mullenix Law Firm of $5,000. And so that is what the money would be used for, and it has to be put in the operating line to do so. So it is your pleasure whether you voted up or voted down.
So are you stating that all $62,000 will be used to pay the Mullenix Law Firm?
Yes.
All $62,000 will be used to pay
Yes,
the Mullenix Law Firm?
for as long as the reporting needs to be done. If all the money is not used, Justice Franklin, then I will report that back to the Quorum Court, and at that time, we will decide where that money goes.
Sure. Maybe, Mr. Chairman,
Justice Carroll?
I'm looking at a document where this group of lawyers have been paid thousands of dollars over the last several months. Not one time did that money come out of the American Rescue Plan money. So I'm curious as to why now, at this late date, using this same firm that you say has been secretary and keeping up with the use of the American Rescue Plan money, why at this late date that we must approach the balance of the American Rescue Plan money to pay them when you've been paying them all along out of a source that's not the American Rescue Plan money?
Justice Carroll, as I said, these monies will be expended in the use of paying the Mullenix Law Firm. Again, they have been paid for their services. These monies have to be appropriated because they're federal funds each year. By moving it to the line items, I am sharing with the Quorum Court that these monies will be used to pay the Mullenix Law Firm, that is an applicable use of that money. So, again,
To pay the legal bills.
Justice Carroll, you just asked the same question.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
that those monies will be used for the Mullenix Law Firm.
Well, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
The line item that we're actually appropriating it to, what is the line item that we're appropriating it to? What exactly is that line item?
I believe it is what, other professional services? Yes, other professional services that we have used in the past to pay attorneys, to pay people with specified services to do performances for the county. And I think every department, in the county has used other professional service to do such things just as that. So, again, these monies will be moved to a line item of other professional services to pay the Mullenix Law Firm to continue to report and do the reporting to the federal government for these monies.
How long will we need them?
How long?
How long will we need the Mullenix Law Firm?
When all the expenditures are done, completed, reporting is done, which should be coming up here by the end of the year, we should be through.
So this $62,000 be the only thing in that line? No
Yeah.
other money?
Well, there are other monies in other professional services, but these monies, the $5,000 a month, what they charge, will be used for that. And if it pleases the Quorum Court, we will provide you with the amount that is paid to the Mullenix Law Firm, and it will not be over that $62,000 amount.
No, we can't exceed that because all we're getting.
This $62,000 is left over. Is this for some of that money that we was paying some of the families before?
For the families, yes.
Right. So
Yes.
if we did have some money left, will we be able to, bless a family?
If there's some money left, if that is y'all wish to pay, give something to a special needs, then I'll be more than happy to do that. If someone that will sponsor that. Justice Williams.
With 62,000, with 5,000 coming out per month until it is depleted, we're paying them for services.
Yes.
What are the services now that they're doing if there's no other money but the 62 that we pay 5,000 each month for?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
If we have 62,000 and you pay 5,000 a month, that's about 12 months for the services. What other services at this time, if that is the only money that we have?
Their services is to make sure that they report those endeavors that those monies were being used for, such as, and you weren't on the court then, such as we gave $700,000 to each one of the municipalities for a water project that they could use for sewer and water. That was Altimer, Redfield, and Humphrey. And so they have to make sure that those monies are expended properly.
Okay.
And so they also, yes. So they also, right, so they also work with those mayors to make sure that they are expending those monies the way they should be. It's just that we are the facilitators to make sure that they are reporting correctly.
So you have pots of monies that went to different entities and different agencies that are still being managed or monitored for the next 12 months.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
You need the monies to pay them for the management of all of those different sets of monies for the next 12 months.
Yes, ma'am. They report those monies to the federal government. And I think this last Redfield was at 50% complete. Humphrey was right at 50% complete, and Altimer was waiting on another grant so that they can get a new water tower. And so that is in the progress. Mayor Hudson, they just received that grant. I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she let me know that they received that grant. So they are in motion to go ahead and get a new water tank and some other amenities that they need for the city of Altimer. And she's done a great job in securing those funds. Justice Carroll.
Yes, Judge. I'm looking at a document here, and it suggests that we paid this same law firm $50,000. And the law firm payment out, we paid them $5,000 Do we know what the $50,000 payment was for?
Yes, sir. There was a $50,000 payment because we were delinquent in paying those invoices, which we gave you that in when we presented an ordinance for those to be paid, and they were not paid. But then eventually we had the appropriations and they were paid. So yes,
That's
Justice Carroll.
6 months of payments. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir, Justice Carroll. So without any more and dwelling on that, can we move on to the next? Madam Secretary? Oh, roll call. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Adams.
Yes.
Agee. Byrd.
Yes.
Curl.
No.
Dumas. Franklin.
Yes.
Gaddy.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Patricia Johnson.
Yes.
Reginald Johnson.
Yes.
Margaret Williams.
Yes.
Madam Chair, if you will, for the record, please note that this should cover Mucinex or Mulinex law firms' legal expenses for the entire year 2024. So there should not be an appropriation or any appropriation coming back for that or any expenditures to the Mulinex group outside of that line contracted or is it contracted labor, whatever line item that is expended to.
Judge,
So what was the?
just a quick thing, if we allow people to communicate, if I would have been able to ask my question earlier about the other families getting some money, the 62,000, the vote could have been a little bit different. So I just want to make it on record. I mean, allow people to be able to address, whatever their concerns are, so we can get a thorough understanding.
A note taken, Justice Jackson. Yes.
Item 2, an appropriation ordinance to provide an appropriation to Fund 3510 Recycling Resource Recovery Grant.
Move we approve.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Secretary?
Item 3, a resolution of the Jefferson County Quorum Court regarding the appointment of members to the newly created broadband board.
Move we approve it.
Somebody say second.
A motion has been made and properly second. If the court would allow me, before we go to the vote, if you notice, there are 6 names that were given. I think there were several of you who, I think Justice Johnson, I think you were one that wanted to recommend. I did not fill all 13 because I was waiting on those names that you may have. I think Justice Carroll may have mentioned someone and somebody else. So I didn't want to.
I talked to my guy, he said, I think he already deals with this, or he had some dealing with it, so that's why I never did come back to you.
Okay. So is there anyone else that has a name that they would like to present to the office so that we may add them? It'd be 13 members. And so I want to make sure that you were included if there was someone that you had. Okay. All right, with that being said, motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Before Justice Franklin, I told you before the adjournment, I will allow you if there's some comments that you want to make.
We got, Mr. Chairman, we got 2 issues that we need to address. One of the issues that we have is the issue dealing with the assessor's office and nepotism policy. I believe Ms. Gloria Tillman was an employee of the county, and there's been a issue with the policy concerning county policy in the assessor's office with Ms. Tillman, who was recently elected the assessor. There's an immediate family member that is employed, was already employed in the office. And to my recollection, there was a conversation among the county judge and several JPs of posing whether or not they had a problem with this particular I guess it would be circumstance prior to her being sworn into office, and elected officials said that they did not have a problem with it, but now all of a sudden it is a problem. So the question is, we need to make actions to rectify the problem so we can go ahead on and continue with the county's business. The assessor's here, the county judge is here. We have several documents from the Association of Arkansas Counties saying that if she works, she needs to be paid. So we need to come up with a solution to rectify this problem. There's two solutions to rectify the problem. We can either do an exemption, or the recommendation from an attorney is that we simply just repass the ordinance and repeal the old one, and that will solve the problem. Assessor Tillman's here. I'm pretty sure she would like to speak to it, and I'm pretty sure that all of you are aware of it. So if you guys would like to solve the problem tonight so that this doesn't go on and hold up payroll, this issue can be addressed by adding an item to the agenda tonight and go ahead and approve it so we can continue on with the county's business.
I'm gonna say this. Justice Wynn is not here.
Justice Wynn?
I mean, not Justice Wynn, but Attorney Wynn is not here to address this. I would prefer, if you want to call a special meeting, we can do that. But until that is done, we also have information from the Department of Labor, from the prosecuting attorney's office, and we also have, like I say, the attorney from the
prosecuting attorneys who gave me the information that we need to do to proceed.
Department of Labor. So
even without the attorney here, the conversation of it, so we know which way we're headed with it.
Well, we're not going to do an action tonight. Again,
well,
if you want to
does
call.
it stop us from holding a conversation about it? There's a conversation needs to be held about this, and there's also a conversation that needs to be held about the layoffs at the road department and the financial distress that the road department is in currently. So there's two conversations that need to be held at this table here. So are you just going to stop us from holding either one of them? I mean, if you don't want to be a part of it, you don't have to be here. I'm still talking. If you don't want to be a part of either conversation,
I have tolerated a lot of disrespect from you.
Well, stop cutting me off.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
If I'm talking, I'm holding a conversation, and we would like to have a conversation about this. Now, if you don't want to be here, you can excuse yourself, but we're trying to handle the county's business, and we would like to hear from Assessor Tillman, and everyone here at this table would like to hear from her, except for you. Except for you, sir. While you're cutting me off and let me finish my statement, there's two issues that need to be addressed here. That and the layoffs at the road department and the financial distress that you put the road department in.
Sir.
We read the article, so either the newspaper's lying or you lied on us.
Excuse me. Can we hear from Ms. Tillman?
You all can hear. I'm gonna adjourn the meeting. Y'all can hear.
You can't adjourn without a vote, sir, but you can excuse yourself.
Move adjourn.
I need a second to adjourn.
No.
Adjourn.
You gotta have a vote.
What you gonna do? Shoot me in the back?
That's what your wife said. Is Assessor Tillman here?
That's what happens when you give in and give all these things and he's asking you to do.
When you vote for everything. Ms. Tillman?
I don't know if you all have seen, you got a piece of